Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Phoenix English. Do you know how to connect to contrasting ideas in English? I'm sure you have used the conjunction but many times in your sentences, but probably without knowing the reason behind it. Well, we use the conjunction but to show contrast. For example, I like basketball, but my husband prefers soccer. We've got a difference between me and my husband here. Or let's imagine I just bought a camera and it was an expensive camera. I can express that in a few different ways. I could say, it was expensive, but I bought it. That's giving the idea of a contrast, that it's an expensive camera, so that it would make me not want to buy it, but I decided to buy it. There is a bit of a contrast here, right? The other conjunctions to show contrast are although, even though, in spite of, and despite. Let's take a look at these examples. He bought me an expensive watch, although I told him not to. He bought me an expensive watch, even though I told him not to. In spite of the law, people continue to use mobile phones while driving. Despite the law, people continue to use mobile phones while driving. Although, even though, in spite of, and despite are all used to link and connect to contrasting ideas or show that one fact makes the other fact surprising. They can be used at the beginning or in the middle of the sentence. For example, despite the rain, we enjoyed the festival. Or, we enjoyed the festival despite the rain. The main difference between these conjunctions is that they are used with different structures. In spite of and despite. After in spite of and despite, we use a noun, a gerund, or a pronoun. For example, in spite of the pain in his leg, he completed the marathon. In spite of plus a noun. Despite having a headache, I had a great birthday. Despite plus a gerund. The train was cancelled. In spite of that, we arrived in time. In spite plus a pronoun. Note that it is common to use in spite of and despite with the expression the fact that, followed by a subject and a verb. For example, in spite of the fact that he worked very hard, he didn't pass the exam. Despite the fact that he worked very hard, he didn't pass the exam. Although and even though. Well, after although and even though, we use a subject and a verb. Even though is slightly stronger than although. Let's take a look at these examples, please. I enjoyed the course, although I would have liked more grammar practice. Although we saw each other every day, we didn't really know each other. Even though she spoke very quietly, he understood every word. He didn't get the job, even though he had all the necessary qualifications. The last one is though. Though can be used in the same way as although. For example, Though I wasn't keen on the film, I thought the music was beautiful. Though can also go at the end of the second phrase. This way of expressing contrasting ideas is most common in spoken English. We waited ages for our food. The waiter was really nice though. Although learning English is sometimes difficult, I'm here to help you and make it fun for you. As always, your support means a lot to us. Thanks for watching.